Top 10 Monumental People Who Changed the World. The title says it all. Discussing the people who changed the course of the world is similar to discussing who is greater or grander, Jesus Christ or Prophet Mohammed. Well, each one of the individuals has had some important contribution and has changed the course of history with their work or struggles. We will find out the top 10 people who changed the world. Number 10. Bill Gates. This article that you're reading on your desktop is his brainchild. If he had not invented this, you would not be able to grasp the immense information out there in the world. While still studying at the high school level, Bill Gates developed his first computer program and later on founded Microsoft. And by 1993, he was the richest man on this earth. In the year 2000, he, along with his wife, started the world's largest charity, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This charity works towards eradicating polio and other deadly diseases from third world countries. Number 9. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr., a Baptist minister and a civil rights activist, is remembered for his "I Have a Dream" speech. He had campaigned aggressively against segregation of blacks in the southern United States. Being a stout follower of Gandhi, all his protesting methods were nonviolent. Though he was shot dead in the year 1968, he is still remembered as a dignified and passive resistor against an unjust society. Number 8. Nelson Mandela. We are all aware of the menace of apartheid, the racial segregation enforced in South Africa by the governing party, the National Party. Nelson Mandela fought all adversities to end the discrimination between the black and white. The racist National Party imprisoned this future leader for 26 years. On his release in 1990, he was elected president of the African National Congress. After 3 years, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his struggle to end apartheid. Number 7. Adolf Hitler. This iconic fascist leader of Germany ruled the country from 1933 to 1945. His aim was to create a Germany where only the Aryan, blonde hair and blue-eyed, race lived and flourished. His hatred towards the Jewish people led to the Holocaust, a brutal genocide of about 6 million people who were forced and killed in concentration camps in East Germany. Truly, he had changed the contours of history which gave Jews their Holy Land Israel near Palestine. Number 6. Albert Einstein. One of the most genius minds that has ever lived on the planet was Albert Einstein. He received the Nobel Peace Prize for his work, General Theory of Relativity, in 1921. Even though he was a firm believer in pacifism, the United States asked him to develop the atomic bomb due to his successful scientific theories. A week before his death, he wrote to a British philosopher and anti-nuclear campaigner, Bertrand Russell, to put his name on the manifesto urging all nations to give up the idea of enriching the destructive nuclear power. Number 5. Mahatma Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was a great political and spiritual leader whose simple lifestyle and belief in religious tolerance was adopted by several world leaders in the following years. He campaigned against the British oppression and negotiated with them until 1947. He initiated several nonviolent movements, like the civil disobedient movement Satyagraha, which was a non-corporation movement aimed to throw the British oppression off of India. Number 4. Karl Marx. Karl Marx, a sociologist who had foreseen the ills of the Americans' materialistic society, wanted to live in a classless world where everyone was equal. He documented his theories in the Communist Manifesto with Friedrich Engels and Das Kapital. By 1950, his idea was put into practice with Russian Revolution and communism. Number 3. Charles Darwin. According to Charles Darwin, we are all descendants of apes, as he documented in his Theory of Evolution. As an official naturalist, he went on a world voyage on HMS Beagle, collecting data on the evolution of mankind. He spent the rest of his life writing The Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selections in England. When the book was published in 1859, it was highly criticized because Darwin challenged the Bible's account of creation. Number 2. William Shakespeare. The most celebrated playwright of the English language, William Shakespeare, changed the face of English literature. He began his career as an actor and later on moved to writing plays. In his entire lifetime, he wrote about 37 plays, including Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, Hamlet and King Lear, and many more infamous plays. He is also credited to writing 154 love poems and sonnets. Not only was William Shakespeare a poet and playwright, but he also introduced about 2,000 words into the English dictionary. Number 1. Christopher Columbus. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, making Christopher Columbus the #1 person who has changed the world when he sailed across the Atlantic 4 times in search of land of the riches, Asia. He left on a voyage on the Santa Maria across Europe and the Atlantic in hopes to reach Asia. Instead, he accidentally discovered the Americas. When he found the unknown land, it marked the beginning of transatlantic colonization and conquests. As usual, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, be sure to like it and leave a comment. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button to see more awesome Top 10 clips. We come out with Top 10 videos just for you every week. You can also now follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and other social media platforms. Check out the links in the description.